Hello and welcome to my channel. My name is Amanda. You know what the Goodreads website looks like, but there are some things that I received. I got a newsletter, which I'm sure a bunch of you did if you're a reader and you signed up with Goodreads, but I was very intrigued by this list and I thought, this might be potentially something I can make a video out of. So this is a month-by-month guide to the biggest mysteries that are coming out this summer. So I'm going to go through this list and I'm going to pick some because they're coming out this summer, right? So this summer, I'm going to read these books that are new and coming out, and I will talk about them as they come out. So I won't do this as like one big video. This is like the intro to the summer mysteries, and then each month there'll be a new video. So let's see what we have. Okay, so first of all, we're all going to ask, where did this list come from? So it tells us right here that the selections are determined by Goodreads members who have added the books to their want to read shelf or submitted positive reviews as early readers, so like ARC readers of these. The titles are all published between the start of May and the end of August. So we have May, June, July, and August. So 4 months of reading, and it's already halfway through May. So I've got to hurry up and get the May books and get them read so that I can at least talk about it at the beginning of June. So here are our May mysteries. So we have 9 of them. I'm planning on just picking 2 or 3, and those are going to be the ones that I am going to read. So first of all, I have not heard of or read any of these people. I think I've seen this, The Drowning. I've seen that cover somewhere before. Okay, I already think that The Senator's Wife, The New Mother, and maybe The Niger Wife, those are all ones that I am already know that I probably don't want to read because I do not like domestic thrillers. So I don't want anything about people's wives or their children. And this one says, a DC philanthropist suspects that her seemingly perfect employee is secretly plotting to steal her husband. I'm already like, no thanks. I don't want to read that one. So I'm going to read about some of the rest of them and see which ones jump out at me. Okay, so after reading just the tiny little synopsis, I have narrowed it down to 5 of them. And the first one is right here, Between Two Strangers. And it says, a woman receives a bewildering inheritance that may have something to do with her past in this twisty and addictive psychological thriller from this person. Okay. Struggling artist Skylar Moore is flabbergasted when she receives a suspicious phone call from a lawyer she's never met regarding a private matter. As soon as she arrives at the law firm, she learns she gets a large inheritance, a life-changing sum. But who was her benefactor? Christopher Whaley. The late man's name means nothing to Skylar, and she has no idea why he would leave her such an enormous bequest. Looking into his background, she finally realizes that they met at a hotel bar and had a one-night stand, but never exchanged numbers or anything else over a decade ago. So this is interesting. Chris's family is involved and other things happen, it says, and then she finds other secrets that he's been holding on to. So that one is a definite possibility. We have Drowning, and apparently this author, TJ Newman, used to be a flight attendant. Like, whoop. Okay, so she had a #1 national bestseller, Falling, and now we have Drowning. 6 minutes after takeoff, Flight 1421 crashes in the Pacific Ocean. During the evacuation, an engine explodes and the plane is flooded. Those still alive are forced to close the doors, but it's too late. The plane sinks to the bottom with 12 passengers trapped inside. More than 200 feet below the surface, engineer Will Kent and his 11-year-old daughter Shannon are waist deep in water and fighting for their lives. Their only chance of survival is an elite rescue team on the surface, led by professional diver Chris Kent, Shannon's mother and Will's soon-to-be ex-wife, who must work together with Will to find a way to save their daughter and rescue the passengers from the sealed airplane, which is now teetering on the edge of an undersea cliff. Wow, that seems like it's going to be so, suspenseful in the middle of the story. So, I don't know. That one might give me, weird nightmares or something. Anyway, this one I said no to automatically because it was called The Niger Wife, and I thought it probably had something to do with family stuff. But it says, that the wife, Nicole, disappears. And it says, after a boat trip, the cracks in her so-called perfect life start to show. As the investigation turns up nothing but dead ends, her auntie Claudine decides to take matters into her own hands. Armed with only a cell phone and a plane ticket to Nigeria, she digs into her niece's life and uncovers a hidden side filled with dark secrets, isolation, and even violence. So, then she has to deal with her own stuff as she's doing that. So that is a maybe, but it is definitely below the 2 that I've already read so far. This one I wanted because it says, this is called Adrift, and it says, for fans of The Last Thing He Told Me. And I just read that like last week or maybe the week before. Anyway, it was so good. So this says, the truth won't always set you free. S wakes up alone on a sailboat in the remote Pacific Northwest. Why is everything to do with water and the oceans in these books? Okay. With no memory of who she is or how she got there. She finds a note, but it's more warning than comfort. Start over. Don't make yourself known. Don't look back. S must have answers. She sails over a turbulent ocean to a town hundreds of miles away that she hopes might offer insight. The chilling clues she uncovers points to a desperate attempt at erasing her former life. But why? Wow. So I can see the ties maybe to The Last Thing He Told Me. It's cool though that we seem to be getting it from the other point of view. So anyway, it does say that it's a page-turning thriller about hidden identities and the terrifying realities of climate change. I'm like, okay. So that one is definitely a possibility. In front of The Niger Wife, actually in front of Drowning. Drowning kind of terrifies me. I think I'm going to be upset about it. So Between Two Strangers and Adrift are definites. And now let's do the last one, Sing Her Down. It says No Country for Old Men meets Killing Eve. I've not read either one of those, but the fact that it is a feminist Western thriller just jumps out at me, okay? So Florence, Florida Bomb, is not the hapless innocent she claims to be when she arrives at the Arizona women's prison, or so her ex-cellmate, Dias Mary Sandoval, keeps insinuating. Oh, Dios. Okay, yes. Dios knows the truth about Florida's crimes, understands the truth that Florence hides, even from herself. She wasn't a victim of circumstance, an unlucky bystander misled by a bad man. Dios knows that darkness lives in women too, despite the world's refusal to see it. And she's determined to open Florida's eyes and unleash her true self. When an unexpected reprieve gives both women their freedom, Dios's fixation on Florida turns into a dangerous obsession, and a deadly cat and mouse chase ensues from Arizona to the desolate streets of Los Angeles. Wow. Sing Her Down. Wow. I think this is going to be it. So I think they're so different. Like, it's going to be so much fun. Between Two Strangers, Adrift, and Sing Her Down. Those are the ones that I'm going to be reading for the month of May. Now, instead of doing this for all of them and making this like a really long video, that's just going to be my May books. And then at the end of May, when I talk about these books, then I'll talk about the ones I'm picking for June. So that is going to do it. Let me know what you think about these books, how you think they sound, and maybe which ones you would have picked. And I will see you at the end of the month to let you know how it goes. Bye.